From the other home studio. Sorry, I'm about 5 minutes late. I bet y'all were hoping that I was going to start streaming earlier. Now, good gracious. I don't want my emails popping up in the corner of the screen. Yeah, mail has new messages. That's as much detail as we need. Okay, so I was just on, well, I wasn't on, but I was just listening to Peter Samedi. He has an interview going on a channel that I like just now subscribed to. I would, no, this is the wrong menu. There we are. Well, I would love to give him a shout out, but my headset died, so all I have is my mic. And let me pop up something new here. But yeah, if you want to see an interview, wait a minute, I don't need, maybe I should put, nah, it's probably better to do separate files for all these different things. I'm going to do a study tonight of a dragonfly because I need one for this story that I'm illustrating. And also, I just this evening took several pictures which are on my phone, which I would love to transfer through Dropbox and pull up here somehow. So let's see. I'll just enlarge it on my phone. It's simpler that way. But I have left my tea in the other room, and that's also where my phone is. So I need to go get it. So I will be right back. So, almost there. Move that out of the way. and try not to put my tea on any surface where it could get knocked over and spill on something extremely valuable, like my keyboard, which may not be valuable to everybody. It's my old keyboard, but it's valuable to me because the keyboard that came with this computer is ridiculous to type on. I mean, I just like this one. Okay, the keys actually go down and it makes that really satisfying clackety noise and it works better. I don't know if that's just me or what. Let's see, yeah, you want to know what's fun is trying to take a picture of dragonfly wings with a stupid cell phone camera that focuses on literally everything else in the vicinity. There's a nice picture of the cat and a very blurry picture of the dragonfly. But finally, it was perched up on the top of the wire fence. So finally, I just sort of got underneath it and took a picture of it against the sky. Actually, I took several pictures because I still did not trust the camera to behave for me. Where can I prop this? Okay, there it goes. Alright, we'll let that out. So tonight, dragonfly study. So all I could really get here was a good silhouette picture of the dragonfly's body. And some nice crisp detail on the wings, which I decided to take my wins where I could find them. It is very tricky to get a good picture of dragonfly wings. The actual body of the dragonfly, though, the way that the wings are set into the body are really interesting, and I wanted a good picture of its back. And it was just sitting there, being patient, and I couldn't get it. Oh, it was infuriating. Well, I don't know about infuriating, but it was a little aggravating. And something funny though, the mama cat has been hanging around. She wants to be my cat. So she has been following me as I go walking, you know, just like her mother used to do. That was Pepper. She was my evil cat, but, you know, she was sweet to me. Mostly, sort of, when she remembered to be. Yeah, I want to get the proportion on the fence correctly. Alright. There we go. So, Mama Cat, Susie, the cat, That's not a good name for a cat. Why would you name a cat Susie? Oh well, that's just my opinion. And you know, cats don't really come to what they're called very often. Okay, it goes like this. So the cat was lounging around and sharpening its claws on the log inside the fence, and wondering what on earth I was doing, you know, inspecting this little spot on the fence, trying to get different angles on it. And then she realized what I was looking at as I got done, taking my pictures. I mean, I was starting to lose the light and wasn't a lot more I could do about it. Let's see. Something like that. Maybe a little bigger up here. So then, she noticed and sat up, and all of a sudden she just leaped up and hooked onto the fence, like about here-ish, on the next rung down, and was investigating the dragonfly for herself. But the dragonfly did not appreciate that, and he flew off after that. But yeah, she hung on by her little wrist, which is not something I've really seen a cat do before. I mean, I've seen them hop up to where they can perch, but not hop up to hang on to a fence like that, because I imagine it's kind of hard on their little paws to do that. But it was nice. She was taking an interest in what I wanted to do. Okay. There is a slight little bump here, and then it comes around like this. And I may not have the size quite right. I think it's a little bigger. So I've got a nice sharp silhouette to work with, but it's a little bit tricky to do insects because, I'm not as familiar with the proportions. Stop that. My phone's wanting to go dim again. Undo. There. And so I think it was about proportions were about this long. So the wings were easily as the wingspan was easily as wide as the back of my hand. And I mean, that's a pretty decent sized dragonfly. Now what's really going to be tricky after this is the wings. But there is a sort of a logic to them. That is not quite where that belongs. Let's try that again. Okay, so interestingly, there's, hang on, yeah, the eyes are such large, like half globes, separate out from the rest of the body, and there's this little intermediate bit, and here's the rest of the thorax. And then there's this almost armored scaling going down this long tail, which you can see it's just very tiny little ridges. Well, that's pretty close. And then the way that the wings come out, this is actually very sturdy. There's a very thick stem in here. Oh, screen turned off. All right, there it is. And there was one of its legs. They have a little hook on the end. Now, I'm going to see if I can get this right with a curved line. Let's see. I may not have enough room to do the proportions correctly. So I'm going to take this layer and scoot it all down. It's really interesting the way that your eye will trick you into thinking you're seeing one thing when really you should be seeing something else. So I had this going in the wrong direction. That's also why it's really handy to flip your image while you're working on it. Oh, no, you don't. Go back that way. Okay. I tried stopping my phone from... Oh, look at that. It zooms in pretty well. Well, you can't look at that. Sorry. It's on my phone. Let's see. Let me redo the angle of this piece of the wing. Okay, follow this one up. There, take that one out again. Trying to find the best place to start it so that the curve works with the rest of the wing. That had a little jog in it right there. So my guess is that the reason this dragonfly was so patient with me and just let me take pictures of it really close with my phone, I could have swatted it if I really wanted to. It's probably very old. Chances are it was near the end of its lifespan. So didn't really have the energy to waste on things that maybe weren't necessarily threats. Redo. Okay. And also, it was a very large one. So I really wonder, how long do dragonflies keep growing for? Also, I can see that there's some tattered spaces on the edge of its wings. like right in here where I'm working now. In this angle of the wing near the body. This particular spot right here, the thicker outer edge of it was missing. So it just looked a little chewed through to the next cell. Just a little bit frayed there. And then the rest of the wing, let's see, where's a good spot to start? Arched out a little bit. But it's really weird because I've been wanting to get a good picture of a dragonfly because the wings are so interesting and so challenging to do. And I just read this story that featured dragonflies very heavily in a sort of a creepy way. And, oh, let me undo that. And tonight I go out and I just so happen to come across a huge black dragonfly that lets me take as many pictures as I like of him. Let me see, I don't like that curve. Let's try this way. Yeah, I have it too long. I have the whole wing here too long. It needs to end about here. Let me see if I can shorten that up in a reasonable sort of way. It would be a lot easier to just port the whole thing over and trace over the photo. But I'm not really doing this just to, whoops, wrong tool. I'm not really doing this just to get a good picture of a dragonfly. I'm also working on training my eye for important things like proportions on things I don't draw that often. Okay, let's get back to where I had this. Yeah, I really do like this picture though. If I actually manage to get a print off of it, I might enter it in a fair. I don't usually enter photography. I think I skipped entering anything at all last year, and possibly the year before that, and maybe the year before that. All of a sudden it seems like a long time since I've entered anything in a contest. In one of these local ones anyway. Oh, let me do a new layer. So what was interesting also, it was there we go. Big black and green dragonfly, and the tips of its wings were amber. Let me see if I can get something close to the right color. Oh, almost. Here we go. Oh, there goes autosave. Thank you, autosave. And my phone fell over. Alright, let's get that closer to the shape it actually was on the tip. Oh no. No, I can't be sleepy now. I can't. I haven't done all the stuff today. We'll put that below my lines. Get back to work on this. Okay, so on the leading edge of the dragonfly's wings, there's you can tell that the veining is thicker. We've got these long branches that are thicker lines. And then, like the ribbing of an aircraft, which I kind of suppose it is, you have them divided into these little cells. Also, there's a few about the midpoint of each wing on the leading edge again, there's a little box of some thicker stuff. With a lighter spot in the middle. Also, the tips of the wings. The cells are smaller and the veins are thicker. But also you have some of this branching off. A few, I can't get my line straight. So for example, this line that comes alongside here comes up just above this tiny notch. It makes, yeah, that pattern. And then from here to here, there's sort of a V, almost. And of course the whole thing is filled through with more veins and cells, but you can see that some of it has a more dominant bit. So it's not all just crumbles of cells. It's veined like a leaf. And so when you're looking at reference, that's when you can see what these predominant patterns are. And of course, each of these is all filled with cells. Like a mosaic or a stained glass window. Also something interesting, which I may need to remember for my commission that I'm working on. They are surprisingly furry. And this space right here, you know, along the back, yeah, they've got a neck, which I guess it's a neck. But yeah, it was like fuzz down here. Yeah, our two giant eyeballs. Of course, this is looking terrible. But yeah, fuzz down here, and then like these spaces that the wings were attached to. See, this I could not get a decent picture of. It all turned out blurry, and the stupid camera focused on the ground. You know, all the leaves and dirt and stuff under the fence. Yeah, I don't have these wings proportioned correctly. But yeah, I was interested in getting a good picture of the back because it looked really weird and was very textured, which I did not expect. And the eyes being this sort of a standout half dome thing, that was odd too. But, you know, like I said, I have not really had the chance to get like right up close to a dragonfly before and take this many pictures of it, and it's really kind of strange that I was able to do this like now, as of this day. Yeah, um right when I just needed a reference, like a really good reference for dragonflies. Okay, I've got to go. It's getting a little late. I'm starting to yawn a bit. And my hand's cramping, which is odd. This was a surprisingly light day of drawing. I don't know what's going on. And I forgot to drink any of my tea that I was so eager to get in here. Okay, it's still warm. Everything is fine, people. My tea is still warm. Alright, so that's going to be it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed sketching along very roughly on dragonflies. And let's see. If you have a chance, go check out my book. Well, my comic, issue 1 of a 10-issue series, Soulbound issue 1, Adrift, by Paula Richey. Look, there's me. It's about Becca Albright, who is a pragmatic med student with enough of her own problems. But she falls through a portal to another world, and another world full of magic, monsters, mayhem, and mystery. And goodness, it's really difficult to say anything else without being spoilery. But I have here adventure, romance, psyche. Becca Albright is a pragmatic med student who won't let a few nightmares get in the way of real life until they turn out to have a much more sinister origin than exam stress. And it's available on Kindle for only $2.99. I also have on my own website, let me see. On my own website, www.otherrealmstudio.com. That's my site. I don't know why it says it's not secure. It's plenty secure. This is my site. There's Becca. There's Torin. He's not had such a great time lately either. But together they can work out something. This is more of an accurate color of the print version than what turned up on Amazon. I'm not sure why the Amazon listing cover turned out so green. I'm sure it's something to do with the CMYK and the RGB. RGB? RBG? I've forgotten which order those go in. Yeah, I'm certain it's something between, analog color and digital color that's gotten a little mixed up. But this is more like the real color, the sort of a teal. Here's my shop. Just scroll down and you can order a copy for $3 plus shipping. I'll sign it. I will also include a signed postcard, same design, because I just really love this cover. And possibly a sticker. I mean, if I have any. If you order direct from my site, I will try and see if I can find a very limited edition sticker for you as well. So it's $3 plus shipping. Generally that works out to be about $7 total. And if you're a retailer, contact me. I will give you a bulk deal. Well, not a bulk, but I will make it easy to stock in the store. Oh, and these are my little dragons. I sculpted and cast and hand painted each and every one of these, and they come in a tiny little dragon egg, and you hatch them out and you can keep them in a coin jar and they'll help hoard your coins for you. I am rather proud of those. But yeah, if you want to look me up, I would greatly appreciate it. I still have a lot of print copies and an infinite number of digital copies, and I would really love for you to check out my story, see if it's something that you'd like, and I'd just love to have the opportunity to bring a little joy and wonder into your world. So if you think this is for you, go for it. And well, that's going to have to be all for tonight. But thank you all for being with me, keeping me company. And, well, I suppose you could hit the like and subscribe if you're on YouTube or Twitch. Or you could sign up for my newsletter on my website. I promise I won't spam you. I hardly remember to actually send anything, but I do try and keep you up to date on the real news, the newsy news, like when issue 2 is going to be out. I keep saying that that's going to be all. And I keep panicking. Well, not panic, but I keep wondering, all right, is it really? Is it really all? It's going to have to be all. So, thank you for listening. And I'll see you in the other realm. Good night.